Hello, my name is Roxanne Hudak, and today I'll be presenting the training plan Group 1 created for our early warning typhoon model project. And that project we are working on is with Japan. Today we'll be focusing on strategic and the business management. And this is for project management 612. Today we'll be going over the executive summary, training approach, schedule, strategic and business management plan, which includes a scorecard and SWOT. We'll discuss a standard business meeting and then go over the evaluation. The purpose of this training is to prepare project managers for conducting business in Japan to ensure successful completion of the Typhoon Early Warning Model project. Japan is a strong global leader with many business opportunities to benefit our company. This training plan will provide guidance on how to conduct strategic and business management in Japan, as well as technical project management and leadership, as well as cultural preparedness. The aim of this training plan is to educate project managers on the goals of the organization in relation to conducting business in Japan. The formulation of our strategy for conducting business in Japan is derived from understanding the political, social, business, and cultural environments. Our goal at the end of this training is to conduct market research to understand the Japanese business better, learn how to conduct oneself in a Japanese business meeting, understand the functional leadership differences between American and Japanese businesses, understand the role of a project manager in Japan, and to better integrate into the Japanese business culture. The actual training will be divided into two blocks. The first block will be educating students on the political, social, cultural, and business environments of Japan. There will be readings and lectures by people who are familiar with working in Japan. Prior to each lecture, a reading about each environment will be handed out to familiarize students before the lecture. The second block will be geared towards demonstrating the knowledge learned in the first block. We will simulate a Japanese business environment and get hands-on training. At the end of both blocks, there will be a test with a minimum passing grade of 75%. Finally, there will be an outbrief so we can get feedback on how to improve our training plan. Our strategic and business management plan first starts off with market research into 4 environments: political, social, business, and cultural. A scorecard was created to analyze the ease of doing business with the country of Japan. Secondly, a SWOT was used to address any flaws in our organization and how our organization will interact with the Japanese counterparts. First, we'll discuss the scorecard. We analyzed this scorecard in a previous assignment, so I won't go into too many details. However, to recap, the political environment is fairly stable, and the business environment is easy to work with. The social and cultural environment can be a little more challenging for Americans to understand, so this is why we are having this training. This is a SWOT, which stands for Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Objectives. Our purpose is to work with Japan to improve the typhoon prediction models. Some of the internal strengths to our organization are that we do have advanced technology and previous models to base our research on. Also in the U.S., we have a plethora of scientists studying typhoons and previous research. Our weaknesses are that we are not physically located at the typhoon locations, so all research is done abroad. Also, many employees are not familiar with working with foreign countries. This also causes challenges with communication due to time zone differences and the inability to meet face-to-face. External factors are those outside our business that may affect the project. Some of the opportunities working with Japan brings us is that we get different technologies and research. We also gain more experience, strengthen business relationships with Japan, and of course, learn more about typhoons. Some of the threats include cultural differences between Americans and Japanese that could lead to real conflict. Also, the typhoon model we develop might not be any more effective than those already developed. At the end, we will evaluate whether we have met our objectives by interviewing members from each country and see what improvements can be made. In a Japanese standard meeting, you will meet your party at their company building. There will already be a room in place for you to brief your project. When you initially meet your party, you will give introductions by bowing and exchanging business cards with both hands. Once introductions are completed, you will exchange gifts. No business will be conducted for at least 5 to 10 minutes or until the senior representative is ready. After your presentation, sometimes everyone will go to lunch or dinner. Liquor will be served, and this is how the Japanese get to know you. For the Japanese, it is all about networking and knowing who you are. You will not find out if your project is accepted or rejected on the first meeting with the Japanese. This may take days or weeks, but you will receive an answer via email or phone call. The Japanese are all about respect and honor, so your demeanor at the business meeting needs to be one of courteousness and never be aggressive. Aggressiveness with the Japanese will be considered a threat, and anything viewed as disrespectful will end the meeting and they will walk out. In summary, we discussed the strategic and business management plan through use of a scorecard and SWOT. We also talked about the basics on how to conduct yourself in a business meeting with the Japanese. Keep in mind that at the end of this training, you're required to pass a test with a score of at least 75%. Are there any questions?